Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. The blueprint of who you are as a people, the DNA that you carry in your bodies, it demands that education be the theme of every day. From the time you hit the ground, you should hit the ground running. When I say hit the ground, I mean when you are born, you should be born with that expectation that the best of education should be afforded to you. This should go without saying, being born in Barbados. So, a call for students to finish at 18 is something that is great, but it should have been there from the beginning. Okay? And I'm wondering if this is a prelude to the age of consent being raised to 18, because sometimes I get on my horn and I say these things must happen. You have so many females in power in Barbados, so many females, the president, the prime minister, the deputy prime minister. You have a whole lot of people in place, even the people within the Ministry of Education, all of you guys, females. So what's the holdup? What's the problem? Okay, you know that your court, system, the majority of the cases, you know what those cases are. Okay, I don't have to come on YouTube and say it. You know what the majority of the cases that come before the court or go before the court, you know what they are. So you know what you know what you need to do. You already know what you need to do. The age of consent has to be raised. It should never have been 16 for the blueprint for the DNA that exists in Barbados. It should never have been 16. You need to afford your children time to grow. The forthrightness of what they are trying to put on children, it's not good. You cannot force ripe a child that has that particular set of DNA. You cannot. You need to give that child time to heal, time to learn, time to be a child, time to play. And you need to get rid of the separation at 11 plus. You need to get rid of that so kids can learn to coexist together, and the ones who are afforded more lessons can teach the ones who were not afforded such lessons. You cannot separate them and say, okay, this one got lessons, so put them there. This one didn't get lessons, so put them there. And there's a separation. You need to put them together and teach them to look after each other. They're their brother's keeper. Okay, my mommy gave me extra lessons, so I really understand this math problem. I'll teach you. And they teach each other, and they communicate with each other, and they interact with each other, not separation. You guys need to get on the ball. You need to, what's wrong with you? You need to get this right. You need to get this right. Are you afraid that if you put up the age of consent, people are going to say, oh, Sherry Veronica have been pushing for that. That's Sherry Veronica that caught you. Are you afraid of that? Don't be afraid of that. Do not be afraid of that. Just do it. Do it. Make sure that the teachers and grown hardback men are not coming to young girls' homes and picking them up and taking them away. Make sure that does not happen. Make sure that when parents start to have children, that you put it in their heads, you have to have bedrooms for boys and girls. You have to have separate bedrooms for a boy, and you have to have a separate bedroom for a girl. Start putting things in the heads of these children so that when they grow up and when they turn 18 and are of the age of consent, even 18 is still young. Even your scientists are telling you that 30, 35, you start to get the clue. Your brain is mature enough to start to understand the world. Not at 18, but we're in the world. So you have to have some sort of time where someone can make a decision about their lives. So give it to 18. Give your children until 18. And like I said, because of what happened in Barbados, because of that blueprint, because of the DNA, you need to afford children even a longer time to understand their proclivities and why they do the things they do and why they behave the way they need more time. But I understand that time is not on their side. Time is not on anyone's side. You need to to get going. But the age of consent, when you call for students to finish school at 18 years old, that should go hand in hand with the age of consent being raised, okay? I know that's where you're heading in that area, but don't try to camouflage it by saying, oh, because they're still a student at 18 that we should do that. No, you needed to raise the age of consent every long time since. Every long time since, you needed to change and push up the age of consent for Barbadian children. And not only because that's the way it is in most of the world. Maybe it isn't, I don't know, but not only because of that, because of Barbados and where you came from, because of what you've endured, because you were put out into the world to fend for yourselves and you're still trying to get your footing, you're still trying to get your bearing. Raise the age of consent. Do it for your children. Tell them, teach them, hug them, love them, tell them, let them know that you've been through something, and we need to teach you the truth of your history. And it's going to take you some time. It's going to take you some time to grow up. It's going to take you some time to understand everything that you're being taught. Teach them correctly. Teach them the truth. Tell them the truth and raise the age of consent. Okay, raise the age of consent. So a call for students to finish at 18 is a prelude to them talking about the age of consent. Okay, it's all on you. It's all on you, but everyone knows. Everyone already knows. I've been talking about raising the age of consent, not only because it's the right thing to do, because of your history. Because of your history. Sure, Veronica.